Hello and welcome back to the stream. Today we're going to be just working again toward the updated Gunforged demo. There's a couple of things that I want to get done in this stream, and one of them is to finish out a stats screen that I'm building so that players can see their overall stats, how many enemies they've killed, how many bullets they've shot, all that kind of stuff. And then I also want to do a redo the level select screen. So basically going to be doing UI work in this stream, and yeah, still a lot of other stuff to do beyond UI, like sound effects and whatnot. But I'm going to take a break from sound effects and do this UI work that needs to be done. So before we get into it, I'd like to remind you again that if you'd like to support my work, you can check out the links in the description below. I've got a couple of Udemy courses that you can take if you want to financially support me and if you want to learn how to build your own game in the Godot engine. Also liking and subscribing and watching my videos, and also signing up for my newsletter at firebelly.com. Those are all great ways of supporting my work and supporting this channel. So any help is greatly appreciated, and with that, let's get right into it. So, I'm starting to work on this settings, or this stats screen rather, and it's looking good, so I'm just going to go ahead and run this. So it's almost in place. It just needs to basically have some animations done, but these are the kind of stats that you'll be able to see as you play the game. I might expand this, but I think this is a good starting set of stats anyway. So I'm tracking things like how many runes you've looted, how many gold, how much gold you've looted. Runes looted 615. Is that right? That might be wrong actually. Increment runes looted. Yeah, this actually probably shouldn't be here. Because that's just going to trigger every time it gets moved into the inventory slot. Oops, already found an issue. That's all right. I think this just needs to be in here somewhere. Okay, that'll work. Anyway, fix that bug real quick. So yeah, I basically just need to animate this screen now. Probably also, I've got a little bit of inconsistency here actually in terms of how these screens are working. I think I do want to do like I have like a dimmed background, so the background becomes purple when these things come up. And then this is the table for the stats. It's just a book with a with a rock. So we'll make that screen spawn, but I do think I need this dimmed background component here, and this layer 11 auto animate in. That works. Okay, cool. So we've got these pass-through controls. So basically all I need to do is add some marker 2Ds. Put that one like there. Put that one there. Get that chain panel animator component in place. And we should be good to go. So sway animation root, that one, that one. Add these markers. Speed scale 2, disable sway, disable rotation. Duration 0. All right, now we should be able to see how that looks. Nice. There's our stats. Last thing I'll do on this is just add a margin container underneath this. And then we'll change the theme overrides to like 4, 4, 6, 6. Or something like that, actually. Let's see how that looks. Okay, much better. Cool, so there's our stats. Hello, Vidra. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. Hello, Tupa. Welcome back. Hello, Crucifix. So now we need to get this screen to spawn. Try something different. Well, maybe not. Stats table. This is my stats table here. I need to turn this animation on. Probably add some particles to this as well, but let's do a resource preloader. Oh, I already have a resource preloader. Look at that. I don't need this. Get rid of that. Stats table. Boom. Create a script for this. Hello, Samurai. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. Game dot environment node private resource preloader. Need to connect to all this stuff too. So we're gonna have a little bit of a script to write here. I need the private interaction area component dot on interacted or dot interacted plus equals on interacted private void on interacted. We're going to turn off the ability to interact with it. Then we're going to take the resource preloader. We're going to instantiate the stats screen. Var screen is equal to that. Add child screen. Screen dot closed plus equals on screen closed. Private void on screen closed. We have to set that interaction area component back to true. Okay, is that all that I need to do? Well, let's try it. Only one way to find out. Got some errors here. Attempted to merge a navigation mesh polygon edge with an already merged edge. Why is that happening? Why is that happening? I guess we'll see if that continues to happen. I did make some changes to that navigation mesh there. It's still happening. What the heck? Well, I'll have to play with that later. I'll have to investigate that later. But anyway, let's see if this works. Oh, it didn't work. Preloader did not have a resource with name stats screen. Oh, did I do the wrong thing? Did I put the stats table in there? Yep. I want stats screen. What's the best way for a beginner to get good at Godot? I've been following some tutorials and even practice after I learned new concepts, by seeing how fast you are with coding and everything. Yeah, I think the best way, so it sounds like you're doing what you should be doing already. Follow some tutorials, try to do your own thing based on what the tutorials are showing you. I would encourage you to participate in game jams. Either participate in game jams while the games are going on, or what you can also do is you can look at the past game jams and their themes and their rules and just kind of do that on your own, like outside of the competition, to practice making all kinds of a variety of games and starting with new ideas and trying new things. But yeah, the reason I'm so like relatively fast anyway is just because I've been doing this for a long time. I was not always this efficient at working with Godot, and yeah, that just comes with time. So yeah, it doesn't. I don't think you're missing anything. I think, yeah, you just got to keep working at it, and you'll get faster. Hello. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. RR. I'll call you RR. Thanks for your Udemy C# content. Thanks for your share of knowledge. You're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Have you tried easy saving? I'm thinking about using it for saving my game. I have not. Is that an add-on for Godot? What is this error? If you're certain, change navigation, merge rasterizer. I don't know what that means. I don't know why this error is happening. Wonder if I should just maybe move this lever over a little bit and rebuild it. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why that error is happening. I probably just shouldn't pay too much attention to it, I suppose. Okay, anyway. Is this animation playing? I didn't even look. Okay, the animation is not playing. Why is that not playing? Oh, I auto-played the wrong animation, that's why. Okay, so we've got that. I'll probably want to add some... Probably want to add some particles to this or something. Also maybe change the visuals a little bit. Oh, I do need to add a shadow component. So we'll take that shadow component, turn the radius up quite substantially. We'll move the shadow component over a little bit. Yeah, that should be fine. How does that look now? Nice, looks better. I do want to bring that down a bit though. Bring this down and then do something like this. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, I think that's fine. Yeah, that'll work. We'll see how that looks. This boulder might be too tall. I might want to... Maybe I should actually shift it up a little bit. Might do that. Yeah. Is that gonna work? Yeah, let's try it. Okay. Scripts, export layers. Get those out of there. Hello, Blair William. Recently, new game at EA has sparked my interest in doing a very long-term goal of creating a game like it. Elin, sandbox JRPG. A lot of systems to learn from. Yeah, I would imagine that a JRPG or similar would be one of the toughest, or well, not maybe the toughest, but one of the tougher games to make just because of how much is going on. Especially if you've got like a story and all that. I'm sure it would be fun though to learn all that. Well, that shadow doesn't match very well, but I'm just going to call it good, I think. Nice. Okay, well, let's see if we can get some particles going for this then. I'm just going to make the particles very, very basic. Also, I might give it some kind of a, what did I call it? Additive light 2D. Yeah, we'll give it an additive light as well. Just put this over top of everything. Let's do a quick load here. Let's do light 64. Yeah. Now, can I change the intensity of the additive light? Oh, you know what? I could probably do it with this. Modulate? Why is the modulate like this? I guess that's fine. We'll do like a gold though, and then turn it down. How is that going to look? Using an additive light to just reduce the amount of lights, real lights that are in the scene. Although that doesn't appear to be working that well. Unless I turn up the alpha some more. We'll see. Thought it was a headstone at first. Yeah, well, it is a stone. Hello, Marcos. Welcome back. Good morning, Breckheck. Okay, that additive light is not going to work at all. I'll do something about that later. GPU particles. Let's go. New particle process material. We want the particles. Where's the texture? Here we go. Canvas material, particles, animation. Display, animation here. Offset, min and max, so we get different shapes now. Let's do scale, min 0.25, max 0.5. Yeah, we're going to do something super tiny. We also want to do this. Show behind parent. Nice. Animated velocity. Or accelerations. Yeah, accelerations, gravity. Let's do 10. No. Yeah, that's better. Okay, our spawn position. Let's do a sphere. Probably of 8 pixels or so. And then let's do an initial velocity. Initial velocity, we're going to go in the direction down 10. Let's do actually a min of 0 and a max of 20. Maybe we'll turn up the spread. Yeah, that seems to work fine. Okay, let's do a scale curve. New curve texture. 0 up and then down. Nice. And what else? Drawing. Local chords? No, we don't want local chords. Okay. Let's give some rotation to this as well. Initial angle, just bump those up. Angular velocity. Is that what angular velocity does? Yeah. Negative 360. Positive 360. Okay. Let's see what that looks like in game. So you use C# as your programming language. Is there a reason for that besides you're already used to it? If you had to start over, would you still choose C#? For Gunforge, yes, I would still choose C#. C# was mostly a choice of or it was mostly a choice I made because of the structure that I can get out of it, the abstract classes, interfaces, and that kind of thing. So, and I was also used to it. So that's the reason I chose it. But I mean, it depends on the game I'm making, but I would choose GDScript. Like if I do a game jam, I'm more likely to choose GDScript just because it's, I think, quicker in a lot of cases. It's more suitable for smaller games. And also, you can also publish web builds of your game and with GDScript. So, hello, Neozoid. Welcome, welcome. Maybe hieroglyphic is coming out of the book. I'm not trying to copy Minecraft too closely here. But yeah. Oh yeah, yep. Breckex on the Minecraft too. No, it doesn't need to be that fancy. It's just a stats table. It's not important. I'm just trying to create a sort of little hub level where the player can, instead of going through menus to interact with everything, they have to like walk around to do that. And so I think it's going pretty well. Might have another 1 or 2 tables in here eventually. But yeah, I think that's looking good for now. Doesn't need to be too fancy, just give it a little bit of motion. I probably should do something about the light, but I don't know. I don't necessarily need to put that there either. Let me commit this. I'm just gonna call this finish stat table, even though it's like not really finished, but so we'll commit that. Now, what happens if I could put the stats table like here. There's no reason for me to put it that far in the corner. Might look more organic that way as well. Like Tarkov's hub, we need a Bitcoin miner. Yeah, like Tarkov's hub, yeah. Have you considered adding NPCs in the hub area? Yeah, I thought about that, but yeah, it might be a little bit too much work, but we'll see. I'm trying to think of what the NPC would do necessarily. I think I'll probably have at least one more interactable in here, which is like rune unlocks, because here you can see all the guns that you've unlocked, all the gun parts you've unlocked, but I also want to show a similar screen for all the different rune types you can get. So I like the chain sound when you open up those UIs. Reminds me of Warcraft 3. Excellent. Mistyped, that's all right. There's a little bit of inconsistency here. That gap there is a little bit too big. I should probably standardize this, but we're just going to continue to do whatever. There we go. Should be a little bit more reasonable in terms of the spacing now. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is, I can leave the stats table there for now. There's not a big deal, I suppose. Yeah. All right, so the next thing is I want to create a better screen for this. So this is obviously not looking good at all. So I want to try a couple of things. I think what I want to do is have a button on the left and the button on the right that's like previous and next, where you can cycle through. And then the middle section will be like an ingot that shows the level that you're going to currently enter. So I'm going to lay that out and we'll see how that works. I'm trying to make the most with the sort of style and tools that I have now, so I don't have to make a bunch of disparate UI animations for each different use case. Plus it helps keep everything thematically consistent, I think. So tweaks to hub and stats. So we'll commit all that. Flicker for more of a finer feel. Yeah, I mean, that's hard to do with the style that I've got going on, but there is actually a little bit of flicker on the brazier, but I could make that more apparent. So here there's energy. But this isn't necessarily random either. This is just on a known interval. So yeah, I'd have to play with it some more, but let's see what that change does. Let's see what that change does. Yeah, you can't really even tell that the energy is changing. Yeah, I might just have to redo this script if I want to add flicker, but don't need to do that right now. Yeah. All right. So let's see. So the dungeon, arena. What is the hub room? Let's see. On level selected. So it's starting the levels. Okay, level select screen. I see. Okay, so level select screen. So this is the one that we gotta change. Okay, I am just going to... What am I going to do? Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. We're getting rid of this as well. Okay, I might as well just kill all of this. Actually, we'll keep those things. Get rid of all that. On level selected. Can keep that. Okay, yeah, everything looks good. Get rid of the select ingot effect. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We don't need... Don't need that. Okay, so we'll start from this. I think that'll be good. So the only reason I was doing that is just so that I can not have any issues if I try to run this. So let's set up kind of what I was thinking. So I've got an HBox container. This HBox container is going to contain a it's going to contain a panel container of type ingot to panel container. This is going to have a layout of container sizing shrink center, shrink center. Okay, we're gonna add an ingot button here. This is going to be previous. Okay, let's duplicate that. This one will be next. Okay, now for good measure, I should probably make these both have the same size. Well, that should automatically be determined actually, so let's put the middle section in now, which is going to be a VBox container. Put that in the middle. Okay, let's go ahead and add another panel container. Again, this is going to be the ingot. Let's add a label. This text is going to be an engraved label. Sweet. And then this can be called, I want to have like something like, I have to think about this a little bit. Level 1 out of 3. And then do another one. Call this like dungeon. Or it would be graveyard. But we'll see how all that looks. So level 1 out of 3 dungeon. And then under that again, there would be some kind of description here. So I think what I would do is do some kind of texture rect. And what I actually want to do is I want to... let me try something. I would actually have like a little picture of the arena. Aw, dang it. Not to worry, I can bypass the menus. So what I want to do is have like a little screenshot. So I want to try this. This is super hacky, but okay, so I've got that screenshot. So let's see. I'm going to put this in my Godot folder somewhere. Assets, UI, create new folder, level. Okay, so there's my little dungeon screenshot. This is just for test purposes. Like I said, I just want to see how it's actually going to look. Okay, so I probably want, if I need to make this work, I'm gonna have to figure out a good way of making this work. So I could do a, I obviously want to make this look engraved a little bit. I don't know if turning down the modulate is going to look good. Probably not. I think what I would need is like a color rect over top of it. Try to darken it a little bit. No, that wouldn't work either. How did I decide on the character and arena size? So I chose a 32 by 32 tile set because that was like, it felt like the right amount of detail and size for me, where I can include a little bit more detail in the art, but it's still small enough where I don't have to get swamped by adding details to the art, if that makes sense. And then I just kind of, in terms of like the arena size and everything, that was just play tested. Like I just chose a size that felt good. If it felt like it was too large, I would shrink it, and if it felt like it was too small, I would grow it. And I did that iteratively over a period of time, and then I was like, yeah, that feels good. So yeah, it's not an exact science, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna do an engraved label there. Enemies are normal difficulty. Let's do this. Loot is less common. What was I doing before? And so basically what I want to do is the dungeon level is going to be like the easiest level, but also it's going to have less drops of like health globes, runes, and gold. And then the graveyard level will be a little bit more difficult, but have more of that stuff. And then the third level is going to be the most difficult, but have the most loot and whatnot. That's the kind of way that I want to do it, but we'll see if that works. No super secret math for game dev. No, there isn't. That was something that took me a while to learn. I was like, how are these game developers making these decisions? And then I come to find out that a lot of the decisions are just, I don't know, it feels good. You know, like that's basically it. Like it's more of an art than anything. So if you're wondering like where game devs are getting their crazy formulas or their numbers that they're choosing, I think the answer mostly is just, there's no particular calculation. It's just that's what feels right. Okay, so this is kind of what I want to go for. Probably will end up shrinking this. I like the width, I think. Do I like the width? I think I like the width of that, but I'm not sure that I like the height. I'm going to pull that in, actually. Pull this into... Here, what is my size? I guess that tells me 189 and 132. So what I might do is sprite canvas size. Let's do maybe 164. And then let's do 164 divided by 2. Let's see if that makes much of a difference. Obviously, that's not the prettiest picture, but I think those dimensions are nicer. Okay, in any case, this VBox container here, what we want is we want this to have expand shrink center, like so. And then probably same for these actually. Layout, container sizing. There we go. I think that's reasonable. And then these need to have a minimum size. Custom minimum size. I think this is working all right. Center those. Layout, custom minimum size, 13. I think that's going to be all right. If I just find a way to make this look nicer, which I think I can do actually. I think I can do that. Let me think about this. I think I can do that. Hold on a second. I'm going to save this as test.png. Sprite canvas size. Let's just make this slightly bigger in both. Well, let's just do this. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is load default palette. So if I take the ingot color, which is one darker than that. Okay. So I'm going to try. Oops. Create some overlays for this. So I can give it like a little bit of a highlight to make it look like it's inset. I can also do the same here, although that's not super noticeable. So maybe that needs to be darker. So that gives it kind of an impression that it's inset, you know what I mean? Could do the same up here. Okay, well, that's not perfect, but I think the big thing is I got to figure out what in the world to do with this. Saving makes you cry. What are you trying to save right now? I wonder if I added a gradient. Where's my gradient? There it is. Yikes. Okay. That doesn't help either. Do you have any Easter eggs in the game? I do not. I should add some. Trying to even save settings makes you cry. Are you having difficulties with anything in particular? Or it's just generally difficult? So I think if I do this, let's see, I'm gonna say cover, I guess. I don't know. Oh, dang it, I did this wrong. This is the gradient. Oops. This is the cover. Dang it. This is not going to look right, is it? Well, might as well see how it looks in game. So we got the gradient, we've got the cover. So yeah, I need to export all those. File, scripts, export layers. Should probably save this as a real thing. Engraved image. I want to save this as an A-sprite file. Thank you. Gradient cover, we'll get rid of test. Okay. So in here, it's going to be a couple of things that I'm going to do. The texture rect. Let's change that to cover. Cover. Wait a minute. Oh, was I not using the new image? Dang. I wasn't using the new image. That's all right. We'll just redo everything. Okay, so that's good. Gradient should be relatively easy to get in order, I think. Oh no, it's not going to be. I'm sure there's a more efficient way to do this. Oof. It's okay, I patched it. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I thought I was so clever. I thought I was so clever. What in the heck? Okay. Okay, so now that's what it looks like. Let's re-export all these things. Export layers. Boom. I made it where it saves and loads, but when I exit the game, it breaks. That's unfortunate. Another day, another Fire Valley Games stream to learn from. Welcome. Glad to have you here, Hawk Game Dev. I love the ones where you have to do these insane setups. Oh, for Easter eggs. Like, click this thing 12 times to run in a circle, shoot thing 21 times, and then an armadillo pops up. Yeah. Yeah, those Easter eggs are cool. Nice Godot layout you got there. Thanks. Yeah, I think, I don't know, it makes more sense to me to have the scene and the file system and the inspector all in the same area. Because, you know, the editor has drag and drop functionality, so I can just drag, you know, stuff onto properties. But if this panel is all the way on the right-hand side, then you have to drag across the entire screen. And that just doesn't seem economical to me. Black Ops Zombies had some cool Easter eggs. Yeah, I've heard that. I didn't play a whole lot of zombies. You have it too, but on the right side. Gotcha. I have that Godot layout saved as best layout. Just feels wrong set up any other way. I agree. The default layout does not make sense. At least we have the ability to customize it. That's all I ask for. All right, so we got this text direct with this cover now. I really don't know if this is going to look good, but I'm going to put a sprite in here, do that dungeon, turn off the offset. Actually, why is this smaller now? Did I not literally just... This is 164 by 82. How big is this one? 164 by 82. So where is the discrepancy coming from? Sprite 2D. What size is this? $171. Oh, it's probably because I've got the container sizing right. Yeah. Shrink center. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, I think that's fine. And then let's mark this as show behind parent. Okay, and then let's also add sprite 2D here. This is the gradient. Turn off that offset. Go down. Okay, and then show behind parent for that as well. All right, well, I don't know if that looks good, but we'll see how it looks in game. Do you see Godot 4.4 will include embedded game window? Pretty cool. Yeah, I did. That is really cool. I think that's going to be really nice. I think it's going to be really, really nice. Okay, I'm going to stage what I've got just in case I made any super big errors. So now I need to wire this all up with chains and whatnot. Chain panel animator component. This will be the previous. Okay, so this is where the magic comes in. So add pass-through control. Add another pass-through control. Add the panel container through there. Perfect. Okay, need some markers. Looks good. Go back to the previous. Oops. Assign those marker 2Ds. Speed scale to disable all those. Duration 0. Okay. And then I need to do the same thing for the right hand side. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. I should name these as I'm going, but YOLO. Need those marker 2Ds. Should already be in position correctly. So that's good. Drag those over there. Autoplay is on. Let's turn this delay to 0.2. Okay, now we need to do the center one. Pass through control. Pass through control. Add the VBox container. Add those marker 2Ds. One right there. And one right there. Actually, over a little bit more. Okay, duplicate that. I'll just call this one regular chain panel. And then drag that there. Lots of setup, but relatively easy for some good UI animations. Okay, let's see what happens. I think I wired everything up correctly. There we go. Now, obviously, these need to be made to work. But yeah, I don't know if I like that image in here. I think I need a different way of. Maybe I'll just draw an icon or something instead, and just use the icon instead of trying to take a screenshot, because I don't really think I like the way that looks. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it to look right, because it's a screenshot. It's not like thematically coherent with like a metal ingot or something. What does this look like in game? I would prefer for Godot 4 to become more stable so I can use it. For now, I prefer something like Godot 3.6. Yeah, I think Godot 3.6 is a good choice if you're not having any, if you don't have any need of Godot 4, then yeah, it's a good idea to stay with Godot 3. I'm kind of super invested in Godot 4 now, so I can't go back. But I'm actually not having any problems. The latest versions of Godot 4 are very nice, at least in this for this game. There are still some annoying issues, but nothing that's like show-stopping, really. maybe viewport of the scene. That would have the same effect as being a screenshot. It's mostly that I don't like the way it looks. Okay. Okay, so then if I click next, I'll have the animation go up and then come down again. Sorry, I just got carried away clicking some buttons. I need to add a little close button too. I might as well do that before I forget. Close texture button. Access as unique name. Layout, container sizing, shrink end, shrink begin. Nope. Shrink end, there we go. This margin container doesn't have any margins. Interesting. We'll see how that works. Actually, I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm going to just add another margin container with those 16, 16, 16. Put that there. And then layout, shrink end, shrink begin. There we go. So we'll register that close texture button for sounds, and then we'll also do close texture button dot pressed plus equals on close pressed. Do I want close? No. Yeah, I do. On level selected. This no longer is a reasonable thing to do. Okay. Instead of the screenshot, you could have the sprite images of potential enemies and loot. Yeah, I could do that. I think the problem though is that it's the screenshot itself that doesn't look right. If I just, it would be the same thing if I just put sprites there. I think what I'm looking for is something that looks more like it's engraved. But maybe I should experiment with enemies and whatnot. I also don't want to spend too much effort on this. Like an animated scrolling screen would be cool, but I also have a limited time frame here. So I got to find something that's economical in terms of time, but also looks good. Do I draw my own art or do I get it elsewhere? I draw all my own art. Yeah, like 99% of the art in Gunforged is mine. I only say 99% because I'm using an art pack for keybind icons. So like when it says press E to interact, the little E icon is from a texture pack. Learning GD extension recently, and it's been something. Interesting. What is the reason you're using GD extension? Gray it out. Yeah, well, that's what I tried to do earlier. It just doesn't look right. Okay, so UI audio manager, register buttons, close texture button, on close pressed. Okay. Let's just see if that works real quick. Cool. All right, that's working good. So then we need to get this swapping between, so that'll be the next thing. initial work on new level select screen. Okay, I need to take a quick 2-minute break, but when I get back, we're gonna continue work on this screen. Basically, the next thing that needs to happen is it needs to swap to show the other levels that you can play. Also, I need to implement a system for unlocking the levels. So there needs to be, the second and third level need to be locked until either until you've purchased the full game. So they're not going to be available in the demo, and you have to beat the dungeon before you unlock the next one, and then you have to beat that one before you unlock the next one. So that all system is kind of tangentially related to this UI, but those are the kinds of things that we need to support in this UI. So we're going to work on a bunch of that when I get right back. So I just need 2 minutes. In the meantime, please check out the links in the description below for how to support my work if you're interested in doing that, and I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's get right back into it. Mainly using GD extension for the extra performance. I just found out people have transpilers so you can convert from GD script to C++ automatically. That's nice. You make your art, you're a legend. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. So now we need to figure out what to do about this middle part. So it needs to, so this is the piece here that needs to fade out. I mean, really this whole thing, this whole little tree here. So we probably want, no, do we want that whole thing? I think this level thing should actually be its own thing, I think. Yeah, let me rework some of this. Okay, this is going to get a little bit hairy. Let's divide these up a little bit better. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. My cat was coughing, so I just had to make sure nothing too terrible was happening. Hello, Christopher. Welcome back. Lion's Mane mushroom coffee this morning. Pretty good stuff. Yeah, I've wanted to try that for a while. It's a little bit expensive, but I would love to try it. So I'm cutting this up, this VBox container. So I think let's do a little bit of a bigger separation here. This one, let's make it shrink center actually. And maybe we'll give it like a smaller custom minimum size like that. Okay. So then it's really this panel container right here. What am I doing? Yeah, so it's this one that can be changed. So what I want to do is, oh goodness, this is going to be, UIs can get out of control in terms of their structure. Did I do this wrong again? Okay, nope, just seems like it was a bug in my pass-through control. All right, never mind. So, this panel container here. So why did I do all of that? Gene, panel, animator component. This will be the level header. Animator component. I need some markers for this, huh? Marker 2D. Okay, speed scale boom. Infinite sway, duration 0, play in delay, let's do 0.1. Okay. So now this VBox container is the one that we need to convert into a separate scene, I think. I want to see what this looks like first before I go too far. Basically what I did was I made it so that this level header will just be permanent now and will just sway like this. Oh, I need to do one other thing. I need to center the pivot offset on that, and then I also need to change the sway distance. Let's do 8. Okay, so that's going to give a little bit of motion to this. And then this one, this piece will sway, or not sway, will be swapped in and out. So that's kind of what I'm going for. So we'll work towards that a little bit. Okay, so I think what the next thing I need is a panel. Well, let's see. Yeah. Let's save this branch as a scene. So make a margin container as the root with 0 margin, just so we have a container as the root here. The VBox container. So this, yeah, I think this is where I want to add my pass-through controls here. Like that. Where's all this big extra space coming from? Okay. I guess that's where. Okay, so the reason we got those pass-through controls now is this VBox container, fill and fill, yes. So this is a level ingot. So now in here, what I will do is delete that level ingot. I guess there's the same difference. Interesting. Want to try something? Okay. I think that's why I was confused. Cool. All right, so I've got all my size flags all set up correctly now. I guess this needs to be shrink center as well. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, just playing around with those container sizings. Whew. Okay, but now in this level ingot, I should be able to instantiate that chain panel animator component. And now I should be able to animate this basically from within here. So this, add my marker 2D elements, speed scale 2, disable sway, duration 0, cool. Just make sure that works. Sweet. Okay. Chain panel animator component, delete that one. That's probably where a lot of the errors are coming from. Cool. Okay, and then this delay, play in delay, let's try 0.4. Put it back to where it's supposed to be. Great. Have you ever tried fantasy consoles like Pico 8 or Pico 8? I have not, no. I've seen a lot of stuff done with that, but I don't really have any interest in doing anything like that. Components, I feels right, yeah. Components are the best. Okay, so I've got this level ingot now. So what I can do in here is I can probably do some export variables. Do I want to do that? Well, let's get it functional first, I suppose. Let's get it functional first. Okay. So what I want really is if I click the next button, trying to figure out what the best way of doing this is. Do I want to just create a level ingot for each one and hide and then show it based on which one is selected? Or do I want to cycle through them in a different way? Let's try... Let's try this. Let's load this level ingot as a placeholder. Access that as a unique name. Let's grab a reference to that. Private instance placeholder level ingot. Should probably call that placeholder, but it's fine. Okay, so var, let's do this. Private level ingot, current level ingot. Current level ingot dot play out. Okay, I don't have a play out, so public void play out. This is just going to do the chain panel animator component dot play out. And then we'll forward a signal as well. So in the sort of public override void ready in here, we'll take that chain animator component, finished plus equals on animation finished. On animation finished here. Public delegate void finished event handler. Emit signal name dot finished. So in here now, current level ingot dot finished plus equals on level out animation finished. Let's do level next level. current level ingot.playOut. Okay, so it's going to connect to that finish signal with an argument saying which level we want to go to next, and then it's going to play out. So on level out animation finished in here. What we're going to do is we're going to say var level ingot instance is equal to level ingot dot create instance as level ingot. Okay. Actually, is that all that needs to happen? Oh, I need to set this to current level ingot. I'm going to create a new method here. Private void instantiate current level. Okay, so that way I can do this in the ready method now. Instantiate level, level.dungeon. So now that I'm instantiating that level immediately in the ready method, it'll set that current level ingot. This level will come into play when I need to change like the title and whatnot. So on level selected, I don't really have anything handling that yet. Okay. So obviously we're going to need to connect to some button signals here, but let's just see if this works the way I expect it to. Hello, Ariane. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. Okay, that seems to have worked. Grab a reference to those previous button and next button. On next pressed. I'm sure there's an easier way to do it, but I'm just going to do this very simply. Oh, I should probably... If current level is equal to level.dungeon, then we're going to do show level level.graveyard. I don't have a third level. Third. Okay. And then I can do the same for the on previous pressed, but just do some different levels here. Well, that logic is a little wonky, but I think that'll work. All right, let's see if those buttons work now. Oh, something broke. If current level ingot, well, I need to do if is instance valid, current level ingot, queue free. All right, let's try that. Interesting. Why aren't you going all the way out? Okay, I'm gonna have to probably resolve something with this. So play out, start position. Where am I assigning start position? Sway animation root global position.y minus sway animation root dot size.y. Is that right? Oh, negative position.y. That's not where I want it to start. I want it to start from... Oh, because it's animating the position variable. Start position. Right, if I need it to start from the top of the screen, but I'm using local coordinates, that's going to be a different issue, so... Right, so I essentially subtract... Yeah, so I make the local position the negative global position. Does that make sense, though? Maybe that doesn't make sense. Well, I need to know... No, I think that makes sense, yeah. Goodness. So why is that not working then? Might be sizing to the inner border you set. No, I don't think so. Because I'm using the position and the size, which includes the borders. I'm going to do something here. I'm going to print the start position after it's been set. It's not going to be super helpful, but we're going to see what happens. Okay, so we've got this set of start positions. So it's, yeah, the start position is being recalculated. It's being calculated differently because this start position number doesn't match any of these. So I know that that's wrong. When is this update initial position called? It's called in a deferred manner in the ready method and then also in the play in. So that's definitely the problem. What happens if I do, instead of size.y, get combined minimum size.y? Is that going to work better? You're currently working on a 2D space game top-down view of your ship and systems like Empire at War / Star Sector. The other is a fishing 2D game, just pretty simple. Nice. I don't do art, that's my big problem yet. Yeah, well, you can learn it. It's a skill like any other. What happens if I call update initial position in the playout? Is that going to fix it? Okay. Oh, it's actually setting the position initially to that as well. Interesting. Yeah, there's some kind of math that's going wrong in here. I might be related to this queue free if I did get parent dot remove child. If I remove it from the tree first and then free it, is that going to update the calculations properly? Let's see. Interesting. Okay, so that's working now. Okay, well, that's working now. So that was the problem. It was just there was something remaining for like the frame that was messing up the calculations. Okay. So a couple of other things to do here. Well, not just a couple, but quite a bit actually. So when this show level is happening, so next button dot disabled equals true, previous button dot disabled equals true, instantiate level, current level ingot dot I need to do another signal in finished. Current level ingot dot in finished plus equals on level in animation finished. Next button dot disabled equals false. Previous button dot disabled equals true. Or no, false. Why would I change it? Okay. On level in animation finished. Did I not? I didn't name that correctly. And then we're going to set these to disabled in the ready method here. Okay. Let's take a look at that. probably speed up those animations a little bit, but also probably should disable the play button. So let's get a reference to that. Node private inget button play button. When I call play out, I'm gonna do play button dot disabled equals true. Okay, so play button dot pressed plus equals on play pressed. Private void on play pressed. Oh, we're gonna have to emit another signal. Look at that. Signals galore. Public delegate void play pressed event handler. Emit signal, signal name, dot play pressed. Cool. So when the play gets pressed, so we need to connect to that. So current level inget dot play pressed plus equals on level selected level. Look at that. Hooks right into there. So this is where I'm going to have to do some stuff here. Okay, we'll just try that. Oh, it already is animated out. Whoops. Okay, so we'll just try something like that. On level selected, and then it's going to emit that signal. Welp, let's see what happens. Actually, I should go into the game and try it out. Hey, Ariane, I couldn't find the subscription for the February. Couldn't find the subscription for the February next Steam Fest. Are you planning to update the demo for this event? I have already participated in a next Steam Fest, so I don't know if I'm allowed to participate again. In any case, my goal is to have the full game out before February, so probably will not enter the game into that. Okay. So that's getting there. We just need to add some more animations and whatnot. So we need to animate out all these things. So the cursor lock, so previous chain, next chain, and level header. Node, private chain panel animated component. Next chain animator component. Previous, and then what was the last one? Level header. Right. I'm gonna add a delay in here. Or maybe not. Let's just one thing at a time. I bet you I can create an error though, with the way the code's set up currently. Oh, maybe not. I thought for sure I'd be able to. Okay, so await this.timer. So yeah, I want to add like a fade out float delay equals 0. Up tween dot tween interval delay. Delay times speed scale. Yes. All right. So what is this one? Internal play in. I actually want to make sure that this still works. I thought you were just updating for the demo. Yeah, I am updating. I am working towards a demo, but I want to release that like a month or two ahead of the full game. I knew that was going to be an error. I knew it. Okay. So that's working again. Previous, play out, next, point 2, point 4. Let's do point 1, point 2 and point 3. All right, let's give that a shot. Also, I need to disable all the buttons, don't I? Nice. That looks pretty smooth, actually. So let's disable all those buttons now. Next button dot disabled equals true. Previous button dot disabled equals true. I also need to disable the play button, right? Play button dot disabled equals true. Finished on animation in finished. Play button dot disabled equals false. This might actually still be incorrect because all the buttons are going to come back. Oh, they all come back at roughly the same time. Oh, that's because they're all connected to the same signal. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. They're all connected to this signal being emitted, this finished animation. Okay, so obviously I still need to make it look different depending on which level is selected. So I'm going to go ahead and commit this. Yeah. So I'll commit that, and then let's see. I forgot to put this into my in progress column. So there's a lot of work to do still. Right now I'm working through this to-do list. So some of the other things that I have to do, first of all, I still got to do a bunch of sound effects work. So I've been working on that slowly but surely, getting everything in place. I need to get at least one more music track done for the demo, which I am going to contract out to somebody. So that's going to be fun. And then create a stats access table. I guess that's done. So I'm done with that. And yeah, so I'm just working through this to-do list. Once I've done that and redone the level select and implemented the SFX that are missing, then I'm going to just evaluate what needs to be done. And I'm just going to keep repeating that until I have a demo that's ready to be released. So that's kind of what's going on. But yeah, that's I guess a little bit of inside baseball into how I'm thinking about the demo here. But anyway, I think I will call the stream there for today. So I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. Your support is greatly appreciated, and it's fun to hang out. For anyone watching the VOD or anyone watching currently, if you want to support my work, please check out the links in the description below. I've got my Udemy courses available for sale, so if you want to learn how to make a game in the Godot engine, check that out. Otherwise, like, subscribe, watch my videos, subscribe to my email list at firebelly.com. All of those are great ways to support me. And I will see you all in the next one.